Leaning against the counter, I crossed my arms and enjoyed the view of him in all his buck-naked glory. Glancing in the mirror, I can see tattooed across his whole muscular chest the Phantom Saints MC logo, a skull shrouded in torn fabric with a cross behind it. His skin had a rich olive tone that made him even more attractive to study. His dark brown hair was cut close on the sides, but long on the top, and right now it was all disheveled, and part of it hung in his face. Eagle met and held my gaze as I appreciated his "I woke up like this" look, and I couldn't miss the heat that churned in his chocolate-colored eyes. That is, until he saw what was in my hand. "For fuck's sake, Dax! Why the hell would you use my toothbrush?" Smirking at him, I gave the whole thing one good lick before I deep-throated it, then placed it back in its spot. "Just checking to see where our boundaries were, since you feel so comfortable pissing in front of me." Eagle frowned and stalked over to me and gripped my neck, holding me firmly against the wall. "You damn well know you used that before I even came in here, little hellcat. You might be the infamous Two Tricks, but here, in this house, I'm the president." "Bad move, Prez," Sprocket called from the bedroom. Completely agreeing with the road captain, I gripped Eagle's wrist, softly stroking down his hand and arm until I felt him relax ever so slightly. Then I swiftly gripped his thumb and pulled it back, twisting his wrist the wrong way and slamming him into the counter. "It seems that this is going to be an area where we disagree, because you're still not my president. I believe we agreed to be in a partnership, and correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, that means we are equal." I let him go and placed a kiss on his cheek. "Think about it and let me know, okay? I can always back out of the deal since we haven't made any solid arrangements." Back in the bedroom, Sprocket was still in the armchair, and I could see the humor dancing in his eyes as I grabbed the bag of clothes that Tilly had gotten for me. Setting it on the bed, I pulled out what I wanted to wear, removed the tags, scattering them on the still unmade bed, and headed out to find coffee. I might be growing attached to these men more than I would like to admit, but I was never going to be someone they could push around. I'd made my mark in this world through my own blood, sweat, and tears for the sole purpose of being free to live my life my way. Sprocket followed me out of the room and into the kitchen, where I found Wes pouring himself a cup of coffee. Spotting me right away and guessing where I was headed, he held out the mug to me, which I accepted greedily. I hopped up onto the counter next to the coffee maker, knowing I was going to need another cup and was going to fight off anyone who thought they could take the last bit. "I warned him not to wake you up, but it seems I didn't need to worry since he's still alive," Wes commented as he leaned on the counter next to me, his hip touching my thigh. The cut-off tank that Wes was wearing showed off his muscular tattooed arms and upper body in the most delicious way, not to mention the gray sweatpants. As always, his short hair was styled and slicked back from his face, showing off his angular jaw and rich brown eyes. I was still wrapping my head around the fact that I was now able to show him just how much I appreciated his manliness. Sure, we'd finally fucked, but that didn't mean I knew where things were going from there. I hadn't ever thought it was a possibility, and now that it was, I didn't know how to move forward. Taking a sip, I glared at Sprocket over the rim of my mug. He didn't wake me up, per se. He just creepily stared at me until my spidey senses warned me someone was in the room. I'd say he's incredibly lucky to be alive. "How long did it take her to notice?" Wes asked. "From a dead sleep to looking for a weapon, 3 minutes," Sprocket answered. "Pretty impressive after only getting 3.5 hours of sleep." Hearing this, I did some quick math in my head to figure out what time it was currently, and growled as I slammed my coffee cup down on the counter. "Why the fuck would you wake us after only 3 hours of sleep? It's 7 a.m. Are you trying to make me kill you?" "Far from it. We have a lot to do, dealing with the Mad Dogs and the De Leon cartel, on top of running the day-to-day of the Phantom Saints and the Hidden Empire. You might have built your empire to run without you needing to be quite so hands-on."